From family events to volunteer opportunities to community happenings, there is a lot going on in your community. Learn about all the possibilities and opportunities on this episode of Community Hotline.
Hi, and welcome to Community Hotline. My name is Monica Weitzel. We're here in Gresham at MetroEast Community Media. Glad to have you joining us tonight. First off, we're going to be talking with our neighbors right down the street, the Gresham Senior Center. With me is Joy Brookhouse, who is a fairly new member of the Board of Directors at Gresham Senior Center. Welcome, Joy.
Thanks.
Nice to have you here. You and I had not met till this afternoon. And I've known quite a few people at the Senior Center. I wander down there and attend some of their little sales and visit their room, what do you call it there? They have the things for sale there.
Ambleside shop.
Yeah, the Ambleside shop, and good people down there.
Absolutely.
So why did you get involved with the Gresham Senior Center?
I love seniors.
Oh, there you go. Your background is working with seniors, is that right?
Yeah, amongst other things, the last 4 or 5 years I have focused totally on working with seniors. And part of that was just the journey I took with my own mom. And it just made me understand how fragile they can become and how much they need someone's touch.
Ah, that's nice.
Yeah,
that's good.
So I like it.
So as being on the board of directors, what kinds of decisions do you have to make on the board?
Well, basically the board is there to ensure that the events and the activities, the programs and the services that we provide happen.
Oh, okay.
You know, and that the shop is always manned, and the front desk is always manned, and the room for the exercise program is always ready to go. But I think the board's biggest focus has to be in making sure that we have the funding that we need for the center to continue.
And where does the funding come from?
Basically, it comes from the gift shop and from our sewing room. And the sewing room takes in materials or fabrics. They take in yarn. They take in quilts and help people. You know, have you ever known somebody who had a quilt that maybe their mother started or their grandmother started and they don't know how to finish it?
Right.
Well, it's
overwhelming trying to think about finishing it, yes.
And trying to find somebody who can do it for you. And so our sewing room, predominantly, their focus is on quilting.
Wow, I didn't know that.
And they do an absolutely beautiful job, and we have quilts for sale as well.
So I've seen some of the quilts, some of them are gorgeous.
And then we have certain events throughout the course of the year. We have bake sales, and you know what good bakers, yes.
People with lots of experience.
Lots of experience, and believe me, the way to a man's stomach or heart was through his stomach back then. So the bake sales are fantastic. We just had our dollar sale.
I know, and I just missed it. I'm so mad because last year I scored big time at the dollar sale. I got some really good stuff.
I got this sweatshirt that says, "She who dies with the most wood wins." And I don't know what it means. And
okay.
And it's such a conversation piece.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. But we have book sales and video sales and that type of thing. But we really want to stress the gift shop because we have 100 vendors.
Wow.
That handcraft the items that are sold in there. We don't have enough room in there to show everything.
It's very crowded, isn't it? So tell our viewers what kinds of things you have for sale in the gift shop there.
Oh my goodness.
Just an example of a few things.
Quilts, Afghans, hats, baby sets, gloves, paintings. There can be toll paintings. There's, but just sun catchers and towels and I mean, I could just go on and on and on.
Now, you have a pin that says, I love gloves, G-L-U-V-S.
Yeah.
These are the gloves that you make.
They are the gloves that I make.
Are they the ones that I happen to have right here?
They are the ones you happen to have.
These are so cute. I have to show these off because I think these are adorable. Joy brought these to me today. I think they're my favorite color, and these are so cool.
Well,
so
everybody
these are available.
Yes.
Wrong way. These are available in the gift shop.
In the gift shop, and we are also looking at having little mini bazaars monthly. And yeah,
are they cute? I think they're just adorable.
Well, now you can text and drive.
Well, I know. I was typing. I put them on and I was typing, and I was like, I can do this with.
Actually, a lot of people in offices have said their hands get cold.
Yeah.
And they love to have. Yeah.
Yeah, and driving, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so thank you for asking. That's very kind of you.
I love them. Thank you. These are great. So
but it's just one of the many things that we have in there, and there's some of the most gorgeous stuff. Our seniors have so much talent and a lost skill.
Mm-hmm.
They make things that people today wouldn't even think.
Dream of making.
No.
Didn't know they could make.
That's right.
Yes, yes.
And I've had people come up to me at bazaars and say, you know, it's great when you have holiday bazaars, but during the course of the year, I want to buy handcrafted things to give for gifts, and I don't know where to find them.
Ah.
And so we really want people to know that they can come to the Senior Center, to the Ambleside shop, and get beautifully handcrafted items for any occasion.
And not only can they get something that will make them happy, but it's going to benefit the Senior Center.
Absolutely. 25% of the purchase price in the center goes directly back to the Gresham Senior Center. So we are supporting our seniors by selling their things in the shop.
So they get 75% of it, and 25% goes to the Senior Center. Great, win-win.
It is, absolutely.
That's wonderful.
It is.
So you said there's the Ambleside shop, the sewing room. The sewing room is separate from that.
Yes.
And people seniors can go down there and sew and share their skills. And you said something about an exercise room there too. Is that right? At the Senior Center, is that what you said? Exercise?
We have exercise classes.
Classes.
The YWCA is also in the building, and they have a little fitness room. It's called Aggie's Place, I believe, and it's by appointment only. But we have a series of classes that we hold. Tai Chi is a very popular one. Line dancing is absolutely, I mean, that's such a group. We've got instrumental groups and singers, and but it's just overall recreation, social activities to keep people vital.
You have dances? Don't you have monthly dances?
Actually, we have weekly dances.
Oh, weekly
every
dances.
Tuesday night.
Oh, wow.
We have one coming up in 3 weeks, a little less than 3 weeks, the Sweetheart.
Oh, for
dance.
the Valentine's.
Yes. And it'll be a potluck, like they usually are. Potluck, they eat dinner about 8 o'clock. But they have some extra things going on for the Sweetheart dance. Prizes, door prizes, and candy. Everybody has to have candy.
Gotta have candy for
It's
Valentine's
country
Day.
Western.
It's very popular, isn't it?
Yeah, I've never been into it myself.
No, I haven't either, but actually, it looks more fun than it used to me. I don't know.
Oh, it is.
Line dancing looks
the line
like
dancing.
I think it looks really fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
and then they have a jamboree once a month.
Yeah.
On a Sunday, I believe it is, where people
You
come.
have live music too,
Yeah,
right?
live music and a vocalist, and yeah, so it's a lot of fun.
So what other things are available for seniors to do down there? Do I remember correctly there's card playing groups down there?
Oh my goodness! And you
is that a yes?
You dare not interfere with their time and place either. You know.
Okay.
That is hardcore cards down there. Pinochle and bridge.
I love Pinochle.
Yeah.
Love Pinochle. I don't have anybody to play Pinochle with. I might have to wander down there and.
Well, you're almost a senior.
I am. Well, you know, it depends who you're talking to, but yeah.
No, and they've got a puzzle room, hundreds of puzzles to choose from. And we have a library, we have a large television, and we're hoping to start maybe showing some movies on that. We also, this is one little gal down at Loaves and Fishes, she loves NASCAR. There's a big NASCAR race coming up here pretty soon. And wouldn't it be wonderful if we could show the races, you know, and have some kind of a party or something for them down there?
Is that what she asked for?
Well, no, she wants NASCAR gloves. Oh. Tony Stewart gloves is what she wants.
I don't know who Tony Stewart is.
Well, I guess he's a hunk.
But, okay, you know. I guess I'll have to check that out. So what do you think the most important thing people need to know about the Senior Center? That there's lots for the seniors to do down there, or that do they need help down there? What do we need to know?
Well, I'm going to tell you about one thing to kind of give you an overview of what the philosophy is, and that is we have just adopted a new logo.
Okay.
And the logo we have adopted has a fun design because we have a lot of fun there. And it's colorful because it's exciting at the Senior Center. And it can be as exciting as you want it to be. In other words, if you're not, you don't kick up your heels a lot or something, that's okay. But you come down there, there are a lot of people to talk with, to enjoy, to do things with. And then if there's something you need services or whatever, we're always there to refer people. ARP has tax services, where they free tax services down there. Nice. And then 55 Alive is what it used to be called, but now they have a driver's training class that we offer there.
Parents took that every year, or every few years.
We want seniors to know that they can come in there, and if there's something we don't have that they would like, ask. And that's one of the reasons with our call to volunteers. If you have time and talent that you would like to donate to seniors, that we're looking for people with all kinds of experience and talents and skills, because that will just enable us to offer more stuff.
That's great. So if people have a special talent and maybe they have some time and they want to volunteer, that'd be a great place to do it.
And they do not have to dedicate themselves to being any certain place at any certain time.
So flexibility.
That's what it's all about. We don't want to abuse them.
Good. It's much easier to keep them coming back if you don't.
It is.
Yes.
It is. Right now they're coming in and asking, I want to do something, I want to do something. Really? So we need to expand our program utilizing their specific, unique skills.
Nice. So, you know, as a baby boomer, and you're probably one too.
I am.
We have aging parents, a lot of us do, and some people as they get older live by themselves. Maybe their spouse is gone, or they've lost some of their friends or whatnot, and they maybe need a support group, somebody to hang with. So Senior Center is a good place to go.
It is a very, very good place to go. Sometimes just sitting at the table in the dining room, we have a whole community of people that we serve that are served by Loaves and Fishes, and they become an integral part of the social structure there. And
Loaves and Fishes is located in that building, isn't it?
It is. Yeah. The Y is there, and we are there, and Loaves and Fishes. So you have this gambit of seniors and
Right Connection,
wonderful.
Who will be on next.
Yes. So if you have those people who are living at home, they can take the Right Connection to come to the Senior Center. Yeah, and we also have Max right there.
Yes, yes.
So
it is very conveniently located.
It is extremely convenient. Yeah. Absolutely.
Good, good. So if people are interested, now I know your telephone number is a 988-4870, 503-988-4870, but you're also developing a website finally.
We are.
Yes.
We are, because people like me and you
like to use the internet.
We like to use the internet and looking for things for our loved ones, for our families.
Good, good.
And, you know, they shouldn't just sit at home all the time.
No.
They should be where there's life.
Good.
And socialization.
So how long do you think it'll be before the website's up and running?
Middle of February.
Great, okay.
And it will be www.greshamseniorcenter.org.
That's not too tough to remember.
No, it is not.
Well, we're out of time, Joy. I'm so glad you shared with us what's going on at the Senior Center. If people are interested in volunteering, sharing some of their skills, if they're interested in going to the Senior Center themselves or introducing a loved one to it, they can contact you or wait for the website and maybe by the end of February it'll be up and running. But don't forget the Sweetheart.
The Sweetheart Dance on Valentine's evening.
Okay, good.
So bring your honey or
whoever you want.
That's right.
Whoever you want. Okay, sounds good.
Thank you very, very
much. Thanks very much, Joy. I appreciate you being on here.
Thank you.
Don't go away. We'll be right back to talk with Ride Connection, located conveniently in the same building as the Gresham Senior Center. So don't go away.
Volunteers are the cornerstone of local communities, and they enjoy the satisfaction that comes from being part of something larger than themselves. Multnomah County invites citizens to participate in projects that benefit the greater good of our residents.
No matter where your interests lay, there is a volunteer opportunity for you. From helping families through hard times, to working on a citizen advisory board, to making your neighborhood the place you want to live. The opportunities are endless.
Through offering your time and talents, you can help provide programs and services that benefit all of us. You have the potential to make Multnomah County a better place to work, play, and live.
Volunteering builds skills, provides insight into professions, and engages people in important actions. It shapes both you and your community. Plus, volunteering is fun.
To get involved, contact the Office of Citizen Involvement. Go to citizenweb.org. Shape your community. Volunteer.
Hi, I'm Luke Perry. You're watching MetroEast. Over 25 years of great community media.
Alone, our reach is limited. No matter how great our intentions, on our own, we can only stretch so far. But at Rotary, we believe the right group of people working together can make our communities, our world, a better place. Rotary, humanity in motion.
¿Están listos?
Free GED Classes.
Are you ready? Clases gratis de inglés.
Yo estoy lista.
Transportation for free.
I'm ready.
Clases gratis de computación. ¿Qué listos?
We're ready.
Come to listos. If we can do it, you can do it.
What am I supposed to do with all these corks?
Turn them into a cork board.
What about all these floppy disks?
How about a fantastic journal?
I wouldn't learn how to make cool things like that.
Well, come on down to Scrap. Scrap has monthly workshops where you too can learn how to make great things. We provide everything you need. For more information, call 503-294-0769 or go to www.scrapaction.org. Scrap. Create more, consume less.
Hi, and welcome to Community Hotline. My name is Monica Weitzel. We're here at MetroEast Community Media in Gresham, Oregon. Thanks for staying with us. I'd like to introduce you to my good friend Leslie Garth, who is here again from Ride Connection. Thanks for coming back, Leslie.
Thank you. My pleasure always.
It's been a while since you've been on, so we need to find out, what's going on with Ride Connection. You guys do a terrific service. We just talked with the Gresham Senior Center, and I know you guys are in the same building, so if people want to go to the Senior Center, they can hop a ride with a Ride Connection.
Yes, actually, we got a shuttle that's all he does, a driver that just bring people in from all over the east Multnomah County, over to the Gresham Senior Center to either volunteer, get services, to have lunch, whatever they need to do to get them outside the home.
Good, good. Yeah, you don't want to stay at home all the time. No, that gets boring.
Yes.
Yes. So tell people exactly what Ride Connection does, and for anybody that is out of the loop here and doesn't know.
Ride Connection provides transportation to seniors and people with disabilities, to appointments, and appointments can range from doctor's appointments, seeing their spouse in a nursing home, to grocery shopping, to getting their hair done, whatever they need to do. Take them to the Gresham Senior Center just to have lunch at Loaves and Fishes. Whatever their needs are as far as transportation is concerned, that's what we do.
Cool. So for the people that need your services, disabled, senior, whatever, what do they do to get your service?
It's a pretty simple process. What they do is call our 503-226-0700 number and speak to one of my wonderful co-workers at main office and get registered over the phone. It's pretty simple. It takes about 10 to 15 minutes depending on the person, what their needs are, and they kind of do a thorough investigation of what their needs are. We do provide door-to-door services, so the more information that they obtain from the client, the better we are.
Are they in a wheelchair? Do they need a special assistance walking? Do they have a walker? Do they have a therapy dog? Do they have all that kind of stuff?
So we go through all that, and then if they, if they have a companion that they need to take with them, so we just kind of gather all kind of information from them, so we can better serve them.
Right. So, but once they've done that the first time, they don't need to go through that again every time they call.
Never. Once you're in the system, you're in the system, which is
that would be a lot.
Yes, it would be a lot for us. So, and at that time, they can also request trips. And I always tell people they request trips because we're a small entity. Especially out here in East County, there's I have 3 part-time drivers and about, including community partners, we're probably upwards of 20, 25 volunteer drivers.
Wow.
But that's including other community agencies. So it's, I forgot where I was going with this. I was getting ready to say something. And
okay, after they've made the initial call, they're taking the trips.
Yeah, taking the trips. So that we need more information. So that's the reason why we gather all that. So the drivers are better equipped to deal with whatever they're dealing with at that time.
Okay. Now, I know when you were on last time, you had a new program, a veterans program.
Yes, Veterans Helping Veterans.
Yeah, so tell us about that, because I found that really interesting. So tell me how that's working out and what's going on with that.
It's fairly new. It's Veterans Helping Veterans throughout Multnomah County, and we have a few volunteers. Actually, we had 5, and a couple dropped off, and they got one that's particularly going through training, hopefully next week. But we're in such a need right now for that program because we have veterans all over Multnomah County.
Sure.
And right
from
now,
all different branches and different wars and different.
Yes. And which is kind of it's great. But what I'm finding, we're having a problem reaching out to veterans willing to drive other veterans. Particularly trying to get people to utilize their own vehicles. And we're having, I got people out in East County, but we still need people in Northeast Portland, North Portland, Southeast Portland, Oregon City, throughout Multnomah County. So what I'm doing an appeal to reach out to the veterans to have time, and we don't require a lot of time.
But whatever you can give.
Whatever you can give, if you can give someone a trip, take them to the grocery store, maybe once or twice a month, that's helpful.
And that's really not very much.
No,
that's
and
not
most people
much
usually take about an hour to go grocery shopping. I can, so it's not a huge commitment. It's a huge commitment on the front end because I usually meet with them, tell them, trying to figure out what their needs are and explain to them what our needs are. And then they would, at that point, fill out some paperwork. We do a criminal background check. We do a DMV check. Once that's cleared, and now
I'm glad to hear that. That's good.
Yes, and now it only takes a day. I was so impressed.
Oh, wow.
So the quick, and then I could call them back the next day and say, okay, you've been approved, and let's move forward. And then at that time, I set up an appointment for them to do a vehicle orientation, and then we do a road test.
So you're checking out their vehicle.
Yes,
in most
their
cases.
vehicle, or if they want to insist on driving one of Ride Connection vehicles, we do have vehicles throughout Multnomah County that we can tap into. So, and then once they do that, they're able to drive. However, they do have to take a couple of classes, a defensive class and a class on how to...
A defensive driving class?
Yes, defensive driving class. It's in class, so it just teaches some skills that kind of sharpen. I mean,
we can all use that.
you know, I go through it all the time too. So, and then teach them how to deal with people with disabilities and how to interact with them properly, and you know, some of the do's and don'ts. So, classes are about 4 hours each. So, you know, there is a little bit of commitment on that end to get trained.
Once
properly.
they've gone through all the background check, filled out all the paperwork, gone through the classes,
they're good to go.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
and as far as using their own vehicle, are you able to help out with gas or anything like that?
Yes, we do reimbursement for mileage, and it's not a bad deal. We pay probably, I think it was 55 cents per mile.
Oh, that's good.
You know, it's not bad. So we do pay for mileage, but it's a good deal if you have a little bit of time, you know, and it's not front time, you know, you got to make an investment. But in the end, when you can help someone get to a doctor's appointment, and see the smile when they come out and say, "Oh, thank you very much."
Oh yeah, because I'm sure that it can be a huge undertaking to try to ride. You know, public transportation is great, but if you're disabled or senior, sometimes that's really difficult.
Very difficult.
It's difficult sometimes even for those of us who aren't, just because, you know, sometimes they're crowded and you have to stand and all that other stuff. So having a service like Ride Connection and then having a vet to take another vet, that's
yes,
that's got to be special.
It is very special, you know. So if you have that time, I'm going to even go on a limb here, and I hope I don't get in too much trouble for this. If you're interested in becoming a volunteer driver for the Veterans Program, I will buy you a cup of coffee just to chat with you.
All right.
And I will meet you at any location you suggest.
There you go.
So I don't know what other
people.
Yes, I guess I'm on film now.
Yes,
it is what it is.
Cup of coffee from Leslie.
Yes,
okay.
A cup of coffee, and let me chat with you on what our needs are and how you can assist. And I think that's the best appeal. Free cup of coffee and a chat with me. What more can you ask for?
What more could anybody ask for? What a great day that would be.
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about. Tell me about somebody that you have worked with who's benefited from using Ride Connection. Give me a story. Come on, I know you got one in your repertoire here.
You know, one story that just reminds me of, we had a senior, actually, gosh, I have a lady today, and we're able to work out something, who's living by herself, and her sister is sick. And she lives in Sandy, Oregon. And she approached me earlier today and said that, "Leslie, do you go to Sandy?" And I said, "Yes, we do." And then all of a sudden she starts crying. I'm like, oh my God. She says, "My sister is dying. I need transportation." And I told her, I said, "Go ahead, make sure you're registered with Ride Connection and put the right request in. And I'm sure we'll be able to help." You know, we can't guarantee all our rides, but, you know, we definitely do what we can to help out situations like that.
Yeah. So this was just to go be with her sister?
Yes, just to be with her sister before she passed.
Oh, wow.
So, you know, we take people to the Gresham Senior Center, to Loaves and Fishes. I think, to me, because our office is right there, so I could see our clients come in, get off the vehicle. I can help them get off the vehicles, and they go in there. Some of them volunteer, some of them just go in there to eat, have lunch, and communicate with other seniors, which is, to me, is a huge ordeal, because sometimes these people, it wasn't for Ride Connection, I actually don't think they could get out the house.
Yeah,
you know,
they just be housebound.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we don't want that to happen.
No.
So just to go over there and interact with our clients, to say hello, how you doing, how's things going, how's transportation, your needs being met, it's heartwarming for me, and you know, they say, "Oh, Leslie, drivers are doing a great job. Thank you for your services," and that's heartwarming. That's what you know. That's what my job is all about. It's getting people out and then seeing that they're happy and that they're getting fed if they need to get fed. Volunteering, exercising, you know, she talked about line dancing.
Yeah,
you know.
That's great.
And believe it or not, there's a lot of people that come in and do that line dancing because it's huge. I'd like to sneak over there sometimes because the music is good.
Yeah.
And they're having
fun. We
fun.
go eat there, have that cup of coffee, and then head down there and do some line dancing.
That sounds good.
So what about the drivers that you have? Do they get something back out of doing that?
Yes. Last show I was on, we brought Chuck in, and
he was a veteran.
Yeah, he's a veteran, and he's still with us, which is good.
Nice guy.
Nice, fantastic guy. I mean, you couldn't ask for. I mean, I got a couple of good guys. Ron, who's driving for the Veterans Program. Very good guys, willing to, you know, if they got a minute of their time, or yes, I can do this trip. You know, it's heartwarming for them too, because they says, "Oh, this is, you know, I like to drive. I don't mind driving." And they drive our vehicles. They drive their own personal vehicles, and they're very flexible.
That's great.
And they make sure that we provide, you know, the excellent customer service, and they just extend the right connection. It's just wonderful, just to even work with these gentlemen. Right now I have gentlemen, so don't take offense, women, because I would love to have some women aboard in the Veterans Program, but at this time I don't. Hopefully we'll have one at the end of the month, but you know, we'll see what happens. So please keep thinking about that, and a free cup of coffee, I guess.
I mean, my goodness, the offers are just...
Just being out with me is wonderful.
Well, yeah, there you go. So what you need most now is drivers.
Volunteer drivers throughout Multnomah County, especially for the Veterans Program. Really like to get that up and running, and different pots. I'm noticing that there's a high demand in Northeast Portland, North Portland, and Inner Southeast Portland at this time. But as you know programs that they grow, so there's demand, and eventually we'll need more throughout downtown area. There's some interest there, but I don't have anyone in that area either. So
okay. And if you're not a veteran and you're just interested in volunteering for Ride Connection, what are the requirements? Good driving record?
Same requirements: DMV, criminal background, road tests, vehicle orientation, the 2-in-class trainings. Same process.
Age limit and either end?
As long as you have 5 years of driving experience.
Okay. Reasonable.
That's you know, and they say no more than 3 moving violations in the last 3 years, and most people don't. You know, so it's pretty simple. It's pretty easy.
Yeah, that sounds easy.
And working with me, I think, is wonderful.
I'm so glad that you have gotten over that self-esteem issue.
Yeah. No, but the thing is, but you know, it's I try to accommodate every volunteer. So if they're available only in the afternoons or mornings or only on Fridays, you know, I will work with you.
I think that's one of the best things about the program is the flexibility.
Yes.
To work with the volunteers.
Right, and that's what I think. That's the reason why we have volunteers that's been around for 6, 7, 8 years.
Good deal. Well, we're about out of time, Leslie, so I hopefully people will take your plea and see if we can get some new volunteers, get some new blood in there, especially for the Veterans Program.
Yes.
And if people are interested, they can contact you at 503-226-0700.
Yes. That's for services, and then for
volunteers.
It's 503-528-1738.
Okay. Or are you on the website?
We are definitely rideconnection.org.
Yes. Okay. So check it out. Thank you very much, Leslie. Always a pleasure.
Oh, thank you so much.
And please don't go away. We'll be right back with the Sandy Actors Theater. They have some great stuff coming up, so I know you don't want to miss that. So stick around. This is Monica Weitzel. We'll be right back.
people are aware of the problems of hunger and poverty, but few realize how severe these issues are in East County. Every winter we find hungry and homeless people on our streets. Here at Snowcap, we combat these problems by bringing together the people who have with those who have not. Snowcap is a nonprofit organization dedicated to serving the needs of low-income persons living in the East Metro area. With the help of community members and the support of local businesses, Snowcap feeds over 4,000 people per month and distributes clothing to more than 1,000 people per month. You can help Snowcap by donating your time, donating food or clothing, or making a financial contribution. To find out more, contact Snowcap at 503-674-8785 or on the web at www.snowcap.org.
Volunteers are the cornerstone of local communities, and they enjoy the satisfaction that comes from being part of something larger than themselves. Multnomah County invites citizens to participate in projects that benefit the greater good of our residents.
Help provide services to thousands of your neighbors. Sound impossible? 1,700 members of your community are already doing this, and so much more, by volunteering with Multnomah County Library.
Library volunteers help their neighbors by teaching computer skills, shelving materials, and promoting literacy in the community. The library provides a wide array of services, including lending popular books and DVDs, computer access, and life-enriching activities.
Give a neighbor a helping hand and spend a couple hours a week at the library, making your community a better place.
To find out more about this volunteer opportunity, visit their website. To explore other volunteer opportunities, contact the Office of Citizen Involvement. Shape your community.
Vienna Star was my guardian angel when my life was in shambles. They helped me find counseling and shelter.
Vienna Star is great. They helped us pay our utility bills.
And find health resources.
I'm in college now because Vienna Star helped me find scholarships so I could put myself through school.
Call 503-823-4000 to find out if Vienna Star can help you.
Gracias, Vienna Star.
This is the story about a group of kids who volunteered.
Doing something nice for someone.
We fixed stuff.
Did some art projects with the kids.
We fixed up his house.
We worked in the woods.
Cleaned up the park.
Did something for the planet.
We just did it.
No other reason.
And you know what? It was great.
At first, they didn't know each other.
Well, that didn't last long.
This guy is really funny.
Me? These are my new friends.
Are you into it? Call 4-H or check out our website at areyouintoit.com.
Welcome back to this last segment of Community Hotline tonight. With me now I have Tim Park, my friend from the Sandy Actors Theater. So glad to see you again, Tim.
Thank you.
It's always a pleasure. And you always have interesting things to tell us about what's going on in the artistic theater community here in East County. So to wow me with all the good stuff that you have going on here. You do a lot of stuff with the theater world.
Yes.
You're an actor. You're a production manager. You've directed, right?
Yes.
What else have you done? What else is there?
That's enough.
I think that's plenty.
That's enough.
So what are you doing now?
Okay, the next thing that we have is this Saturday, and it's a big thing. We have a special performance, a Reader's Theater performance, which we're doing at Cascadia Retirement Village in Sandy. And it's a fundraiser that Sandy Actors Theater is putting on in order to raise money to improve our theater for senior access.
Oh,
mostly
perfect.
it's not so much access as it's hearing and improving the sound system.
Oh, okay.
Because we have a big thing that has happened in the theater, and that's that we are having also a development on access, and that's that we're having a lift put in.
I heard about this.
You know,
That's
and
big
it's
news.
to go in in the next week or so.
Is
in
that
fact,
right?
so we will have it in for our next performance.
Now, how do you get that? Do you get like a grant or something to get that, or how does that work?
We were very fortunate, and let's say this fast 100 times. Meyer Memorial Trust.
Meyer Memorial, yes.
Provided a grant for $20,000.
Wonderful.
Which, along with the donations that we received from our patrons, we were able to do this, and it was something we really didn't expect that we'd be able to do for many years.
What a nice surprise,
we were very pleased in October when that came through, and it's gone very quickly. We've had to do some remodeling, but it's going in, and so people will not have to fight the stairs that we've had, and
so
we'll
that'll
be able to
allow
access.
a lot more people to be able to come to view your shows.
Yes. Let me go back for a minute to the fundraiser that we are having, which is more about the sound system. Back in November, Reader's Theater Gresham, which is also a part of Sandy Actors Theater, was asked by Portland Center for the Performing Arts to come down and be a part of what their program called Noontime Showcase. And so we put together a presentation of Chekhov's The Proposal, which is a one-act play, and performed it there, which we were very pleased to do. It was really nice to be able to see our name up on the marquee at the Snitzer.
Yes, that's impressive. Do you take a picture of that to put in
Yes,
your
I did.
scrapbook?
I did.
You did. I would have too.
And so now we're doing that as a reprise for this fundraiser at Cascadia Retirement Village in Sandy. It's at 3 o'clock
How long
this
of a
Saturday.
performance is that? It's a one-act play. It can't be terribly long.
It's about 45 minutes.
Okay, perfect.
And there will be refreshments provided, tea and scones. It's called an afternoon tea.
Nice.
And the cost is only $8.
Very reasonable.
And the proceeds are going to improving the sound system and hopefully providing some hearing devices for those who are hearing impaired.
Wonderful. You're making it just easier and easier to
come. Well, a lot of our clientele are
older.
Somewhere. Well, you said it, not me. We're both getting there. Remember?
Yeah, I know. Yes, I know. So. You heard the one gal earlier. You're almost a senior, aren't you? Yes.
Okay, but that's something that's really big for us is that fundraiser that's going on.
And that's at
but
Cascadia?
That's not all.
Cascadia, it's called, in Sandy.
Cascadia Retirement Village.
Okay. And anybody can go, though?
Anybody can come, and we encourage people to.
Okay, good, good.
But our next thing, which is our main production, which starts February 10th, is Marvin's Room by Scott McPherson. Are you familiar with it?
Yes, I've seen it, yes.
Okay.
Yes. Not your production yet.
No, that I actually like the play better than the movie, too.
Yeah, yeah.
And I've just really grown to love this play. It's about a dysfunctional family, two sisters that have been separated for 17 years, and because of one of them coming down with a disease and needing a bone marrow transplant, they have to get in contact again, and there's a lot of quirky characters, a lot of people that don't fit real well, but they have to end up working together and reconciling, and they find that the thing that really gets them through all of this is their love and commitment to each other. And I just want to read our little synopsis of it. First of all, it was a winner of the Drama Desk Award for Best Play, and that's beyond the Tonys, in fact, because Drama Desk Awards cover all of New York plays. The Tonys just cover those on Broadway.
Oh,
so,
okay.
And it says, this is a hilarious and wondrous account of one woman's commitment to loving her family first, and her belief that giving such love has made her life incredibly rich, even as she faces her own pain and loss. It's one of the more moving plays I've ever seen. It's one that will get you in here, and at the same time you'll have plenty of opportunity to laugh at some of these characters.
Those are the best kind. I love a good play with quirky characters too.
Oh, it's
ones that are memorable that you that you don't forget.
And I get to be one of those quirky characters.
You are in this. Okay. Now I knew you were the production manager for this, but you're also an actor. Okay. I mean, I know you're an actor, but you're in this one.
I am in this one.
Okay. what does it mean to be a production manager? What do you have to do?
Well, that's a good question, because it's like everybody sort of knows what a director does, and of course they see the actors.
Right, right.
But somebody has to organize it, put it all together, make sure that things get done, not only with directing the actors, but getting the set, getting the marketing, getting props, and somebody has to just be in charge of all this, and then also take care of making sure that we actually meet a bottom line as far as our expenses.
So that's a fairly huge job, I'd say.
It's a lot bigger than I thought it was.
Before you said yes, huh? Like, wow. Wow.
So,
yeah, that is huge undertaking.
In other terms, it would be called a producer.
Yeah, I was going to say that's a producer job.
Yeah, if it was in film, TV,
television.
or something.
Yes, yes. Cool. Okay, so Marvin's Room
is February 10th,
and it's out
through
in
March
Sandy
4th at Sandy Actors Theater. We have 3 performances per weekend: Friday night, Saturday night at 8 o'clock, and Sunday afternoon at 3.
Matinee.
Yes, and we open just before Valentine's Day. We're having a very special opening because we're going to have the inauguration of the lift. And we will have sort of a ribbon cutting, and one of the ladies in a wheelchair who was instrumental in getting this whole project started, who happens to work at Cascadia also. She will be the first one on the lift.
Oh, great.
And we are also having a special evening that first opening night where we're going to have chocolate tasting, sort of related to Valentine's, and Dita's Chocolate Shop in Sandy is providing that.
Very, very nice. That makes it rather special. That'll be a great night, won't it?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So now, you mentioned earlier that as part of the Sandy Actors Theater, this gets confusing because we've talked about this before. You also have the Readers Theater Gresham.
Yes.
Okay. Explain how that works, and what the difference is.
Well,
between
Readers
the
Theater
Actors Theater
Gresham
and the Readers Theater. Is a Readers Theater.
Yes, but it's presented by Sandy Actors Theater.
Okay.
Readers Theater is where you don't have, set and costumes and all the other production aspects of it. The emphasis is on the text and just hearing the words. It doesn't mean the actors don't act.
Because
there's every bit as much acting in a Readers Theater performance. And now we're into our second season. It's been very popular. We have a pretty good clientele, and I'm pleased to say they keep coming.
Isn't that wonderful?
So,
well, it's working. That's great.
We just did Harvey, which is a classic, just a couple weeks ago. And this next month in February, on February 20th, we are doing another classic, sort of from the opposite end of the spectrum, though. Harvey is one of the classic comedies we're doing, Of Mice and Men, by John Steinbeck. And this is our drama for the year.
Yes, and that's very intense.
Yes, but it's a great show.
Oh, sure it is. Yes.
And we've had people say, we're just so glad that you're willing to do a drama too.
Good, good.
There are many community theaters, all you see is comedy or farce or something.
And the Readers Theater performance are always just one performance.
Yes, it's just one night. It's the third Monday of the month. It takes place at Gresham Chapel and Evening Event Center, which is just a few blocks from where we are right now, just north of Powell, 257 Southeast Roberts.
Okay.
And we have a very nice facility that's been offered to us. We use the bottom part of it, which is a banquet room, and it works very well.
And the attendance has been good.
It's been good, yes.
Yeah. Isn't that rewarding?
Even on Harvey, when there was prediction of snow and sleet and all of that, we still had, I think, 85 for that.
Wow.
That night.
Nice. That's great. I know last year you were selling out and had standing room only when you were at the.
Well, this would have been standing room only with that number, but because we do have a larger facility now, then we can accommodate more, which is good.
That's great. So what else do you have coming up in the rest of the year? Do you know? Do you plan that far ahead? Yeah. Yeah, you do. No,
well,
of course you do. Silly question.
After Marvin's Room, and I really, really encourage people to see that you will like the show.
Yeah.
You will too.
I will. Okay, good.
We have a comedy called A Barrel Full of Pennies, and it's written by a man named John Patrick, who wrote mostly in the 40s, 50s, and early 60s.
Have you done some other stuff?
And
by John
he
Patrick?
is pretty well known by some of the things we have done, and that Nuts and Bolts has done too. Last year we did The Curious Savage.
Right, I knew that
by
name.
him, and then in the fall, Nuts and Bolts Theater in Boring did A Bad Year for Tomatoes, which is also by him. Then we're doing A Barrel Full of Pennies, which is a great comedy. Talk about a quirky family. This is, the family's last name is Samaritan, and they take in anyone and anything or any being that has a need, and they have this very cluttered home that's full of birds and dogs and ducks and canaries and people too that have sort of lost their way in life.
Oh, how funny.
And they take them in, and somehow the daughter doesn't quite fit in that because she wants to bring her boyfriend, supposed boyfriend, home, and it's not going to work
it's not a normal
in that
home.
environment.
Yes.
And just, it's sort of, it's been talked about as if it's a small cast, you can't take it with you.
Oh, yeah,
So,
that's a good one.
it's a very funny show.
Good.
And
so that'll be
and I'm directing that one.
Oh, you're directing. Oh, see, you wear many hats.
Yeah,
Tim.
I think I'm nuts sometimes, but that's
Well,
what
I've
being
thought
in
that for a long
theater
time,
is.
but that's okay. And what else do you have?
Okay, and after that we have, at Sandy, we have a Pulitzer Prize winning play, which many people probably are familiar with, and that's Rabbit Hole.
I've never seen it, but I've certainly heard of it.
Wonderful, strong, touching story about a couple trying to deal with the death of their son who was killed in a car accident, and just learning to cope and learning to support each other through life. Won the Pulitzer Prize, like I said, just a few years ago in 2007. Recently it was a movie with Nicole Kidman, just last year in fact. And there's a just gripping scene toward the end where the teenage boy who was driving the car comes to apologize to the mother, and the way the tension, but at the same time the reconciliation and forgiveness. It
sounds beautiful. It sounds beautiful. Well, we have a lot of stuff to look forward to, it sounds like.
I should say also we have Reader's Theater going on too.
Well, we're almost out of time.
Yeah,
so
I know.
The Reader's Theater will have...
The third Monday of the month, we have the Gin Game in March, Enchanted April in April, and The Hasty Heart by John Patrick in May.
Okay, good. Well, we have a lot to look forward to. You have a website.
SandyActorsTheater.org.
Okay, so people can get the whole schedule, find out the prices, the places, what's coming up, and we'll have to come check out your new lift, and hopefully we'll get some money raised for the hearing.
Do it before you become too much of a senior, okay?
Okay, Tim. Okay, thank you so much. And thanks for watching this last segment of Community Hotline. I'm glad you stayed with us tonight. We had a great group of people here, and I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to check us out next week. We'll be back at the same time. This is Monica Weitzel, and this is Community Hotline. Good night.